Welcome to On the House. In this episode, Julian talks about breaking a generational curse
I want to set a new example for my son.
and how he is currently accepting applications.
reachonthehouse@gmail.
I'm taking
I'll read
applications,
'em.
honestly.
John shares an update on his relationship status.
I have a girlfriend now.
Again
My girlfriend.
and again
I got a motherfucking girlfriend now.
and again.
I have a girlfriend, if y'all didn't know.
Oh, we had no idea.
Like always, you can expect some shenanigans,
Let's go, John. Yeah, that's what we do, bro. We wait till after.
what
We
we
wait till they
do.
walk away.
but in this episode, there are some discussions that may surprise you.
I was a hothead. She had a few words she could just say, and then I was
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the deep conversations in this week's episode of On the House.
All right, everybody, welcome back to On the House. We are 3/4 of the way through February. You only got 1 week left to celebrate Black people. Have you been doing that?
You can't come in hot and say you got 1 week left to celebrate Black people, bro.
It's 7 days.
I don't think this is acceptable, dog. I don't think this is acceptable. Hey.
You can't have me bring us back. You can't have me bring us in then. You can't have me bring us in. I mean,
I'll redo this for you guys. Hey, welcome back to On the House. We are here with our 4th episode of this show. I hope you're here to stay, kick your feet up, and enjoy, because this is going to be a fun one. Today we are talking about toxic relationships versus being someone's peace.
namaste.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no, we are not
Yeah.
asking about Black people. Last time we got a little carried away.
You're right. That might be my last intro.
Now I'm talking about last week.
I know you taking over from here. That's gonna be the last one I get to do. I got fired.
He got fired for the intro
shit.
game. Well, before we get into the topic, though, you know what we always do, man.
Yeah.
Since
So-
I'm doing the intro, I guess I'll start off with what I'm drinking today.
All right, go ahead.
I
Go
got
ahead, go
some
ahead.
good old Sutter Home Chardonnay. Not too expensive, not too cheap. It's like, actually, it is pretty cheap. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's pretty cheap.
I was gonna say.
But it hits home, man. It's a classic. It's nice, easy, quick Chardonnay. If you don't feel like doing anything special, you just pour it in a glass and you get yourself this right here in a Scotch glass.
You either got big hands or that is a tiny ass wine bottle.
Man, these are the little travel ones, man. They go in the cooler, bro. Leave me alone, man.
Go in the cooler.
You take these to the beach, bro.
I got you. I feel you.
Actually, don't do
You
that.
at the beach,
I'm pretty
but
sure
it's
that's
all good.
illegal.
Oh
Bro,
yeah, because it's
come
glass.
on, man. It's
no,
30
those
here.
ain't even glass. Are those plastic?
They're plastic. You
Yeah,
just can't be
okay,
drinking
yeah,
in
you-
public like that. Or at least in Connecticut. I don't know what your
mean-
laws is. But why you gotta bring up the beach? It is 30 degrees here. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Come on, man.
Same here. Well, I'm drinking this. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. I'm more of a red guy myself, so I don't know that much about wine other than I prefer reds. So I usually just look at the bottle. I look at the label and go off of that. If I like the label, if the label speaks to me, I'll try it. So that's what we got today. We'll see how much of this I get through.
A little off topic, but I like that we bring these drinks out for you guys, because I feel like our drink taste is so opposite
Completely.
that it's like hilarious. It's hilariously opposite.
Yeah.
So when we come in, we bring these drinks. It's like, oh, okay, this one, my drinks might be more your style, and it might be like, oh, I'll try that, or his drinks might be more your style, and you'll go try that. I feel like it's fun, and if you're not doing anything crazy, feel free, kick your feet up, pour a drink with us, and hang out, and let's chat about some toxic relationships. But before I get into the topic, this is one thing I wanted to cover real quick. I heard this today on a podcast I was listening to. I want to ask John, what do you think about these things out there? I don't even want to say these things, but these searches, these videos. Like, a lot of people make content around this time, because as we're recording this, it's the day after Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Do you agree or disagree that a person can make a list of the best and worst Valentine's Day to give a partner? And what do you think of those lists?
No, because it's so subjective. You can't make a one size fits all type list for what someone likes. It's knowing your partner. It's knowing whoever you're doing something for. You can't just, I mean, you can look at that to get ideas maybe, but I mean, the only time I've ever done that is when it's somebody new. Like if it's new in
Fair.
in our, not even relationship, but just somebody I'm dating and I want to do something for them. I might look at ideas just to, but I mean, anybody else, like if I'm in a relationship, no, because I've asked questions or I've known, or, you know, it's a matter of tailoring it to fit their needs. Don't just do this grandiose or like whatever thing, because they may not like that shit. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I mean, this is a perfect segue because I was gonna bring this up anyway, but you just kind of you allied it to me, so of course I'm gonna oop it. I have a girlfriend now, right?
Let's
So-
go. Say it with your chest.
I got a
Say it with your
motherfucking
chest.
girlfriend now. So, like, I know that she likes to be shown appreciation for it, even though she doesn't like the commercialization of Valentine's Day. So for me, it's not going out and buying her something, you know, buying her a dozen roses and some chocolates and taking her to dinner and all that, because I know she just, that's not what would appeal to her. So I made her a card. I got her something handmade. Her a card. Motherfucker. I don't know why I did that. Just ignore me.
That was so aggressive. I got a little distracted by something in my room, but I looked up and you're all in my face like, oh, hey, come on, man. I wasn't even looking.
My fault. My fault. But yeah, so I did that, and then, you know, it's more about something like that, and then like spending quality time. I know
love
that's
that.
for her. So if I looked at this list, that might tell me to take her to dinner and a movie. And, you know, on that list might be something tailored to that. But nah, I don't think you can generalize, because if I had looked at that and I didn't pay attention to, you know, what she's into, I could have spent a lot of money on something and she might not even fuck with it. So yeah, that's my thought. What do you think?
You covered everything I was going to say. The only thing I'll say, so I'll give a little context. The New York Post, I believe, released this article where it was like the best 3 gifts to give and the worst 3. And I thought about it, or, you know, for Valentine's Day, of course. I thought about it and I'm like, I don't think I personally, on the receiving end of it, he talked more about the giving. I'll talk about the receiving end.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah, good.
want a gift from you if you have to sit there and, for me, gift giving is more about the thought in knowing your partner. So like, I don't want a gift if you're over here Googling the best gift to get me. I want you to know me enough to be able to say, hey, I think Julian will like this. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
because I want to hear
Yeah.
I'm almost more interested in your reasoning for getting me something than you just getting me something to get me something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because I'm not materialistic. And honestly, if we're being real, if I want something bad enough, I'll go get it. Like, I just treated myself. I got myself
Right.
a PS5 yesterday.
Yeah.
Random flex, I know.
It's just random flex.
someone-
Yesterday, for Valentine's Day, I'm gonna give. You know what I'm gonna do?
I
I'm
got
gonna treat
myself
myself.
I got myself a Valentine's gift yesterday.
Hell yeah, that's
Someone was
right.
selling it and they gave me a good price. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll cop it.
Fucking send it.
But that's what I mean. So like, I don't need those grand gestures, because guess what? I'll do them for myself. It's fine. If there's anything I really want, like I probably either have it or I will go get it. I want to know, if you got me a pair of socks, I want to hear why you got me the pair of socks. If that makes,
Yeah.
that's more important to me than the gift itself. So back to the list. I think that when you have this, any type of gift giving list, forget Valentine's Day, birthday,
Yeah, any of them. Yeah.
tech list, Christmas list, because I used to watch the tech gift guides, because I would get ideas of stuff to get myself. But like, if I watch that stuff, and you watch that and you're like, oh, I found this on a tech gift guide video, it kind of takes away from the experience for me a little bit, because it's like, I mean, the only reason why I would love that is because you watched a tech gift guide and you know I like tech. That's the only reason why that explains it though. Cause now I'm like, oh, you really thought about me. You know I like tech, so you watched a tech gift guide video. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah. So that would be actually really cool to me. I'm talking about like
Exactly.
the generalistics, like Christmas gift guide or Valentine's Day gift guide, St. Patrick's Day gift guide, because that one's next. Don't watch any of that. Try to get me a gift. I read that. I saw that on a podcast, and immediately I was like, nah. Because like the list also had stuff. I'll give you an example. Under best gift guides, it had kitchenware as a good Valentine's Day gift to get a woman. Kitchenware. They had booze under bad. Booze was bad to get a woman.
Oh my god. Who do you remember who wrote this shit? Like, if
I think it was a woman. I'm pretty sure it was a woman for the New York Post who wrote it.
see, that's her own opinion. She would prefer kitchenware and not liquor or wine or whatever. But if you go by that and you buy a woman that doesn't really cook or like cooking and you get her some fucking kitchenware, what message are you sending?
I'm gonna throw that. All right, I'm gonna throw the podcast some love because you're saying exactly what he said. I was listening to Stephen A. Smith podcast, and he said exactly what you said. If I get a woman some kitchenware for Valentine's Day, she'll be like, "Oh, so is that what you think of me? I belong in the kitchen." Like that's it's like
unless she actually expressed like, "Oh, I wish I had this."
Exactly. That was my thought exactly. Unless she walked into Home Goods and said, "Yo, that's that thing I've been wanting for a while." At that point, it's like if that was a mixer she wanted. Cool, get the mixer. Like, you know what I mean?
Through any sort of conversation, if it had come up that, oh, I wish I had this, or I wanted this mixer, or I wanted a new, I don't know, fucking air fryer, whatever it is. Like a girl I dated before for Christmas, she talked about wanting a vacuum cleaner. So I got her a nice fucking vacuum cleaner, but it's because that's what she wanted. I wouldn't just get her a fucking vacuum cleaner because I'm not getting down like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. But it's because the way our relationship was, she was open about just saying, it was just like, what do you want? That's our relationship was like that. It wasn't like a surprise. It was just like, we were at a point where it's just like, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for your birthday?
That.
Whatever it is.
I don't like that.
She was so specific about what she likes. I prefer doing that instead of because I had gone the other route and been like, I could get little stuff here and there, but like big stuff, nah. She was very particular about the things. There was only a couple of things I could do without completely consulting her, but she was so particular about so many things I didn't even realize until they came up. It was just like, yo, what would you like? Because I'll just do that.
I feel like we're getting into gift giving, so like I feel like we could definitely like save that for like another one, because I feel like we're going like because we could go very deep on gift giving, because there are some topics, there are some things under gift giving like how to give gifts and how to receive them even, because I feel like a lot of people don't know how to receive them. I'm not the greatest at receiving gifts. I'll be honest with you.
I am terrible at it, but it's because why are you terrible at it?
Because I'm a giver, like I'm normally the giver.
Because you're not used to getting them.
Yeah.
That's why I know that's why I'm terrible at it. So I'm just gonna say it. You're not used to it. You don't. You're good at it because you're good at gift giving. Because why? Because you've done it. Because you pay attention. It's that practice. You don't get that same practice with receiving, so you don't know how to do it. I was that way with compliments for a while, but we can get it. That can be the whole.
Well, I think that's a good topic because that gets us right into where we're going. And let's talk about toxic relationships, because guess what? If you're used to gift giving and not receiving, you might have a narcissist on your hands.
Which we had DJ Horns for that.
Editor Julian, take care of that for us. Let me stop.
You might have someone that is just self-absorbed. And
let's look up
if they're terrible at it, even after knowing them for a while, or if they just don't even bother. Yeah, it could be. The
definition of a narcissist: a person who has an excessive interest in or admiration of themselves. Narcissists who think the world revolves around them. What does that even mean? Okay, I guess it's putting a sentence that's trying to tell me whatever. Anyway,
You don't know what thinking the world revolves around you means?
No, I get it, but the
Oh,
sentence
okay.
was just worded weird. I was like, what are we even saying
Oh,
right
yeah,
now?
yeah,
It just wasn't English. But anyway,
yeah. It
anyway,
just wasn't English.
I'm over here coming at Google. My bad, Google. My bad. My
Yeah.
bad.
Oh man. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I think everybody at some point has either dated or been in a relationship with a narcissist, I think, or been friends with one.
and if you haven't,
Because
you're the narcissist. Sorry, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I didn't.
targeted. If you,
I'm just kidding. Kind of kidding. Kind of kidding.
I
Because
was
it
gonna
might
say
be
you're not
true.
kidding.
It might be true.
It absolutely could be.
I think as people, we tend to the gift givers, the over. I don't want to say love bombers because that's a completely different thing, but the people who are very. I almost said emotionally unstable, but that's not it. The people who are maybe even
Emotionally
insecure.
unavailable, more so.
No, that's the narcissist. They're emotionally unavailable. For us, the people who
Yeah.
seek out narcissists, I'm trying to characterize for them. The
Oh,
people who
okay,
seek out
okay,
narcissists.
okay.
And I
Yeah.
want to say it's more probably like insecurities within ourselves. It's
People
probably
pleasers.
people pleasers, exactly. Low self confidence,
A lot of empathy, typically.
a lot of empathy. Yes. Oh God, stop talking about me like this. Anyway,
I'm just listing your traits, and then
why you got violent like that? That was uncalled for.
that was so uncalled for. That's
You know
my
what?
bad. That was too far.
You
That
know,
was the line, and I fucking crossed it. You're right. That's my fault. That's my fault.
I'm
You
just listing
started
your
it.
traits.
You opened the door, so I just ran through that motherfucker. That's my
Anyway,
bad.
anyway, not to linger on the topic of narcissism and narcissists, but if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, please run. Like, listen, it's not going to get better. You can't fix them. Nah, seriously, because
No.
people like us, we tend to believe that we can fix somebody, we can change their nature. But guess what? If you have to fix somebody, they're not the one for you.
Sometimes it's that, and sometimes it's just seeing the good in people.
That too. That too. Oh,
And
hello.
so it's
Hi.
which can be a really it can be a really good trait. You just shouldn't ignore the bad. You can see the good in people. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just
Yeah.
when you're looking past the bad to see the good, and then getting involved with them can probably not go so well for you, especially if you have all those other traits we listed, like people pleasing and all that, because then you'll feel guilty and not want to make them feel bad. And then if they are an actual narcissist, that's wild, because they'll just take advantage of that all day.
They love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Anyway,
As,
I think we kind of destroyed the point of narcissists. Just just obviously try to be aware. Try to stay away as much as possible. Try to get away if you're in one. Like, it might seem like it's hard. It might seem like it's not.
oh,
There's no like way out. But trust me, there is. You just gotta put the work in. It's a lot harder to get out of something you're comfortable in, but it's probably a lot better for you in the long run, I would say.
oh, of course, 100%. It's always you have to look at the long-term effects. Whenever you're trying to get out of a difficult situation, whether it's a relationship, friendship, whatever, it's always going to fucking hurt and be difficult in the moment. It's just how long are you willing to deal with that now? Because it's not going to get easier. Like, the more time that goes on, it won't get any easier. So there's no right time. I don't care if it's Christmas Eve or their birthday or somebody in their family just died. There's no wrong time and there's no right time. The only wrong time maybe is just not doing it at all. It's the only thing I'll
Listen,
say.
living your life unhappy is not worth it. It is not. It is not. Like,
You gotta choose
trading
happiness, man.
trading happiness for security is not a fair trade at all.
it's not even, is it even security?
I was
It's
just about to say that.
comfort.
It's comfort.
It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just being, it's just a fear of the unknown and being comfortable. Either a fear of unknown, a fear of being alone, or whatever, or fear of whatever road that's going to take you down. But it's not security because you you can't be. I mean, it's just you just know that already. Even no matter how uncomfortable or how terrible it makes you feel, it's just something you're used to, and that's fucked up. That's a fucked up way to live. Because I did that for, I'm not going to say how long, but a little over a decade. So
Wow. Wow. Hey,
yeah,
we
yeah. So
appreciate the
it's not.
vulnerability though.
Oh, I just don't want to say anything. I just don't want to say anything that could potentially out anybody. But no,
Yeah.
I did that in back-to-back relationships. I ain't got no. I mean, that's just yeah. And it was only because I was still people pleasing and just kind of going through the motions and just
Oh,
I don't want to
yeah.
hurt their feelings. I don't want to. We have finances intertwined. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Just all of that, and it was like, you know what? The longer you stay, the more shit is gonna get intertwined. What are you gonna do? Slowly pull your stuff apart, and then what?
So you
If that
could,
gets it,
my bad, I
what?
didn't mean to cut you off, but you
No,
could
go
do
ahead.
that.
Go ahead.
You could slowly pull stuff apart, but you could do it
But how's
while you're broken up.
I was gonna, I was gonna say,
You could
I
do
was
it,
gonna
bro.
say.
You should do it. Like if you're already slowly pulling apart, you might as well do it while you're single.
That's what I'm saying. If you're doing it while you're in a relationship, how is your partner going to respond to that? Because you're not. If you're sneaking around doing this shit, and then it's going to be a thing, and then you'll have to address it then. So just fucking rip the Band-Aid off. Just rip the Band-Aid.
That was the
Ripped
Band-Aid. I
off.
yanked that junk. Did you see it? I
I
ripped
saw
that
it.
thing.
I saw it.
Oh, that was a chainsaw. My bad. Wrong noise. All right. Wrong sound effect. All right. Well,
We'll fix that in post.
now that I fix it in post. Now that I messed that up.
Oh man.
So the
Okay.
question, right? Do you think a
Yeah.
toxic relationship is repairable, or is it better to find a way out of it? What is your thoughts?
It depends on. I think anything can be repairable. It's just both people have to be willing to do it. If only one person wants to do the work to repair it and the other person isn't willing to, then no, it's not. Because that goes right back to, I mean, whether they're a narcissist or not, it's very self-absorbed and just like, well, I'm good. So if you want to try to fix whatever, and if there's no compromise in it, that's what I was trying to say. If there's no compromise, then no, it can't be fixed. There has to be some sort of compromise, communication, and both people willing to work at it. And then, yeah, you can at least try to address the matter. But if you don't have that, then no, not at all.
Just go to therapy. Just not better
I
help.
mean,
sorry.
I
I had to take the chance. Anyway,
have they been in every episode since the second one?
yeah, they've made an appearance every episode. We're low key endorsing them without endorsing them. At this point, you might as well just sponsor us.
You might.
At this
Not
point,
if
you
they
might as
see
well.
episode 2, they won't.
You're right. Screw it. Don't go to BetterHelp. They're awful. Don't go there. Don't do it.
Text them, and tell them how you doing. I know you
Yeah.
hate that shit.
Yo, don't even get me started on
It
text
just-
therapy.
I know it's not for you. Some people, I know people that would work for it, and that's fine. But yeah, I mean that is always an option, especially if it's something you want to try to work out, and if both parties are willing to do that and go at least, then yeah, you can at least try. But I mean, even with therapy, therapy isn't like some magic wand that's waved and everything's fixed. All that can do is help you identify the problems, and you have to do your own work to get through the shit. It's a constant fucking battle. It's not like, oh, we went to therapy and now we're good. No, it's a
Right.
fucking daily thing that you have to keep continuously working at. And that's why relationships are so fucking hard, is because when you get in them, when you get in a serious relationship, when you get married, when you have children, when you have these milestones in your relationship, that's not the finish line. People treat it like it's the finish line, but that's the fucking starting point for this marathon. This fucking ultra marathon. You have to keep working. you have to work even harder the more milestones you have in your relationship. Otherwise, you can just let it die. But then that's why so many people get unhappy in that point, because you're not working at it. You're not checking in on each other. You're not working to build on your relationship. You're not working on yourself. People get lost, and especially people like you that give themselves to somebody. It's easy to forget about yourself in that instance.
You gonna stop
'Cause you're
talking
giving
about me. That's
someone-
what you gonna do. You gonna stop talking about me this episode. You gonna stop.
I was wondering if you got that. I tried to be slick with that shit.
I
Nah,
know
you
you
got
trying to
it.
sneak it in there. Hey, Julian, he's
See
just
if he notices
throws his all at him.
I'm giving
No,
you
John,
shit,
that's
but
called love bombing, sir. I don't do that, okay?
I've done that before. So I mean, I've been that way
That's
too.
not
So
actually love bombing.
I know. That's not. So, I mean, I just went off on the whole thing, but that's basically why a lot of relationships aren't. I'm not going to say aren't repairable, but are difficult to repair, because once you get to that point, especially if you're at that point of breaking up, the amount of work you have to put in to kind of build back is even more so than it is from the beginning. So
Yes. And it takes a lot of
Yeah.
commitment and willingness to build back, because now you're like, not only are you fighting the new problems, but you're also fighting the old problems, because if you don't solve the old problems, people have feelings, and those feelings will keep resurfacing. And, you know,
Yeah.
those feelings create insecurities. And then you have to silence the old insecurities while still fighting the new insecurities, because guess what? No matter what, insecurities are going to pop up. And it just compounds and adds up. So you're fighting a battle on two fronts. You know, you're fighting against the past and the future, and honestly, technically three, because you got the present too. So, because guess what? When you get insecure at that point, you're like, here's what you did in the past, so here's what you're gonna do tonight, and then here's what you're gonna do every other night when you go out. You're fighting a three battle front here, because you didn't nip something in the bud at the time, or there's some insecurity, something wasn't communicated properly. And guess what? That's the basis of this. A lot of times where these relationships go into the toxic point anyway is just unhealthy communication. If you start with communication, I think that a relationship, it's hard for a relationship to get toxic when communication is the strong foundation of the relationship. There is almost, I don't want to say not a chance, but a very slim chance that a relationship could go to the toxic place.
very slim. I'll toot my own fucking horn and subtle flex again. My relationship now, our communication is fucking fire. That's why I haven't been this happy, I think, ever in a relationship. Actually, I'll correct that. I've never been this happy in a relationship ever, just because I know how well our communication is. We've already had some discussions and that's what I'll call them. They weren't arguments. They were just discussions. It was, hey, you did this and it made me feel this way. Oh shit, my bad. Like, I didn't realize, I was thinking I was doing this, to preserve your feelings, but instead I hurt them. I made up your mind for you without giving you the opportunity to handle that. It's a fucking discussion. I look forward to these things with her. I look forward to this shit because I know, I told her that too. It's like, I look forward to getting in fights with you. I call them fights, but they're not fights. It's just conversations. And so, like you said,
that sounded toxic, bro. You gotta be careful. Like, I'm over here defending you. Like, this is great. And he's like, I can't wait to fight you. You better come home and fight me.
Fight with you. Come on. But I just can't wait till we have these sort of things that inevitably will come up when you're in a relationship with somebody. You're going to have a different way of seeing things, or you might do something that hurt their feelings, intentionally or not. But I am confident in the way we'll handle them. So
I feel like in a lot of cases for you guys too, like just from the outside looking in, they lead to deep discussions. I feel like that's what you really enjoy about it. It's the deep not insightful, but I can't talk tonight. Insightful, but introspective even. You know what I mean? Yeah. Introspective discussions that are just really, really on another level. And it's like, we wouldn't have gotten to this if we didn't have a disagreement in the first place.
Exactly, because it uncovered some other things that maybe neither of us wanted to bring up just because we're so empathetic.
See,
So it was like, I don't want to say this because I don't want to put more burden on her, or I don't want to put more burden on him. And then we have the discussion. It's like, oh shit. Well, I was seeing it this way, but I guess it's actually that way. Oh shit, my fault. I'm not doing that shit again. Now I know. So it's always been productive, and I think every time we've had that, we've gotten closer. But that's I think it goes in large part because that's what our relationship was pretty much founded upon. It was founded upon communication, and just we built a friendship first, and it was just like, this is my homie. Like, I talk to her, I tell her everything, and then it took a romantic turn. It was like, oh shit, like, she's feeling me. I thought we was just homies. I was feeling her, but I didn't want to ruin the shit. So maybe that's why too, because I've never had a relationship built off that way. My previous relationships were pretty much, I never had, no. Because I've never built a friendship with somebody I was attracted to, because I was toxic for a while. So
I like this.
So
I
my
like
friendships
the self-awareness.
Oh, hell yeah. My friendships were built on just people I thought were cool, but there was no physical attraction there. This was the first time I was like, the attraction was there, but we built the friendship, and it was like, I don't want to ruin the friendship no matter how attracted I am to her, thinking that she wasn't attracted to me. But when, the stars aligned and we figured, and we figured it, and we both were like, oh, you're into me. Oh, you're into me. Then it was like, oh shit, this is dope. Now, my previous relationships, the foundation was sex, and that is a terrible foundation. That's not even a foundation. That's like building a house on mud or some shit.
And that goes back into toxic, because that is definitely a toxic foundation.
I am.
You were leaning too far into peace, and we hadn't gotten there. I was getting a little worried because you was talking about healthy communication.
I brought it back.
I was like, wait, does he realize like peace isn't until like the second half of the show? I was like, wait a minute, he's going crazy here. There's still some things we got to cover under toxic.
Oh yeah, no. Because it was part people pleasing and part just not really knowing what I was looking for in a relationship. It was, we're having a lot of sex. Are you having sex with anybody else? No. Are you? No. Well, let's just keep doing this together, and then there's a relationship, and that was just. Then I'm finding out about you.
Yeah,
and that's not.
Now I'm trying
that's
to learn
backwards
who you
as
are.
fuck.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to learn who you are. Like, oh, you're into that? I'm not really into that, but like,
I'll do it for you.
sex is good, so I guess like I'll compromise and do it. But
oh man, we call it the MP. Do anything for the MP.
You got that MP.
We do anything for the MP.
Like,
bro.
I don't really fuck with that, but that MP is crazy. So like,
MP will have
fuck
you
it out.
Have you flying out with Bezos to the moon, bro? You'll be launching up. You'd be like, hey, I don't really think I could breathe out there, but you know what? If that's what's out there for me, I guess I'm going to the moon. Shoot.
I guess I'm going to the moon. I'll fucking stow away on that.
I'll see y'all up there, bro.
Shit. Yep. Oh man, yeah. So, but that's kind of going back to toxic ones. Not even with the foundation. It was, for me at least, when I realized I was in one, it was just noticing that I think it's been long enough. Statute of limitations is off. My girlfriend at the time, this was like 12, 13 years ago, she would intentionally press my buttons to get me, because I was a hothead. Like, I
hate this.
So angry. So fucking angry. And it took me a while to get through, figure out why I was angry and get through all of it. Speaking of therapy.
Because we love a brother when in therapy.
Therapy helped me identify it, but it wasn't like, okay, this is what caused it, so now you're good. No, then it was like, all right, well, now what do I do?
Now what do you do?
You know, now I have to figure out how to redirect my anger. And then at first I redirected it and made it internal. So then I was taking out all my anger on myself, which was not good. But
that sounds dangerous.
It was. So I was angry, and I would blow up whenever something happened. I had a few hot buttons that she had a few words she could just say, and then I was and then I was throwing shit. I still can't believe I was doing that. Throwing shit. Throw my phone, throwing shit.
I can't imagine you
Yeah.
doing that now. That's crazy.
I still can't believe I did that shit. Punching walls, like I was
Y'all,
angry, man.
I can't imagine this man doing that stuff now. Like legit, like when he says this to me, like I don't even believe him, bro. Because I can't imagine him doing that. Like I can't see it.
It feels like a lifetime ago. But yeah, I didn't break my hand or nothing, but I've like punched walls, I've punched doors, I've fucking threw my phone and shit.
Okay, while we're talking about punching though, real quick, domestic violence is definitely not okay. Please, like if you're in any situation like that, no, I'm not talking about you. I know you didn't do that,
Oh,
but
yeah,
because
no.
you brought it up, if you are in any situation like that, like please don't stay in that. That is not safe. That is not healthy.
Yeah.
Please, 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 please.
And if you know anybody, whether they want you to report it or not, don't let them do it because it can escalate so fucking quickly.
Yeah, don't let them stay in that, bro.
And I know that can be a sign. When I was go ahead, sorry.
No, oh yeah, my bad. I
Go
just
ahead,
was
go ahead.
thinking. I lost a family member because his girlfriend like hit him with her car. Like she legit hit him with the car. Yeah.
See, because anger can
How
make
bad of a fight do you have to have? How angry do you have to be where you have to hit somebody with your car?
anger makes you do some stupid shit because logic goes out the window, and all it is I want to, depending on how angry, how toxic, and how big your anger is, it can have you just thinking like, I want to say or do the most hurtful thing I can to this person in this moment, just because that's how I feel. And I know that's why I would have never escalated to any sort of violence against anybody, specifically a woman. Mm-hmm. But if somebody saw that, they're not going to believe that.
How do they know the difference? Right.
Exactly. That could be leading up to it. I'm punching a wall now. Who's to say that I wouldn't hit her? They don't know me.
Who's to say if you didn't get therapy and work on it, who's to say you wouldn't have gone there? You know what I mean? I'm just being honest with you. Like, I know you now and we're cool now, but like, who's to say that couldn't have become you? You know?
I still don't think I could, just because I'd still have to look my mom in the face, and I wouldn't be able to do that. Fair knowing enough. If I ever put my hands on a woman, I wouldn't be able to look her in the face. She wouldn't know, but I still wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to make eye contact with her just out of the shame. Mm-hmm. So I would never see myself doing that. But I mean, I could be breaking shit in the house, and then if we're out somewhere, I don't know you. You see her say something to me, and I throw my phone and I punch a wall. You're gonna be like this.
If I see you yelling in her face, I'm already on alert. So the minute you start going crazy, like I'm gonna be like,
exactly.
Like if I see you raising your voice at a woman and your fingers, your hands is moving, you're very expressive. Like I'm looking at you, like, are you okay? Like, is everything good? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I have that radar now, you know?
Yeah. For that relationship specifically, she liked it when I did that, because to her that meant I cared, because I reacted with such passion and anger. So to her, that was like, okay, he still cares. When I started going to therapy and then like figuring out, I'm angry because I was bullied by so many people growing up and I never dealt with it. So it was just coming out because I was just like, shove it down. Just shove it down. You're okay. Don't react. Just shove it down. And then so these little things would come up and then would just all boil over and over and over again. So when I did that and started to realize like, okay, so, all right, so this is going to happen. These are some triggers. So when it happens, don't react in the moment. I still didn't know how to control it and redirect it. So it was just sort of like, okay, this is it. Just don't get angry. Don't react. My heart rate would fucking increase exponentially, but I wouldn't outwardly express it. And that caused a rift in the relationship because she was like, you don't care anymore. Now you don't care.
Listen,
you're not reacting.
Listen to me.
Women and men.
Listen to me. Stop causing your partner pain and calling it passion.
One more time.
Taking
Please,
your unhappiness out. Okay, I'll go back. Stop causing your partner pain and calling it passion. They are two different words with two different emotions. You are causing someone pain. This is
Yes.
this is toxic. This is tragic behavior. Please stop doing this to our people. I don't even want to say man or woman. Stop doing this to our people. This is not
Yes.
okay. Because what you are doing is you are intentionally bringing someone out of their character, bringing them into a whole different mindset, ruining their entire day for your amusement. Because regardless of if it makes you laugh, if it makes you feel good because they care, regardless of how it makes you feel, you are ruining their mental state for your enjoyment. That is called playing with people's emotions, and we need to knock that off. Seriously.
We need to stop
That
that
is
shit.
disgusting, bro.
While we're at it, I'm gonna grab my fucking mic. Can we stop doing this? Taking pride in being toxic shit. Can we stop that shit? Can we fucking stop
I'ma
this
say
whole
it.
idea of? Yeah, go ahead.
I got ghosted today, bro. Off of some stupid stuff, bro. Off of some straight up stupid stuff. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me
ahead.
out.
Go
There's
ahead.
better decisions I could have made, correct? Like, there's better decisions I could have made. But, like, at that point, like, hey, I'm not feeling this conversation anymore. I'm sorry. Like, granted, you don't owe me that. No, you don't owe me that. But at the same time, it's like, we were talking about hanging out. We were talking about, going to places, doing stuff. And you just gonna ghost me like that in mid conversation like that? Like, how? And you just don't care. Like, you just did that to somebody and just like peaced out. Like, I'm sorry.
It's-
Like, I can't vibe with that. That's crazy.
It's the easier thing to do. It's difficult to tell somebody like, "Hey, I've had to do that. I've done that before." Say it again. Before I had a girlfriend, I had to. I had some conversations like, "Yo, I don't want to pursue anything romantic with you. There's somebody I really, 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 really fucking like. Just somebody I really fucking love."
Communication, bro.
Yeah, so it's just like, you know what? This isn't going to be easy, and I don't know how she's going to react. But I'm not about to jeopardize this shit just to try to preserve her feelings. Like, I got to be honest. I'm not just going to ghost her because actually, that's what it is too, I think. Because I've been ghosted a lot. I know this was a
This is my
first for
first
you,
time.
right?
Yeah, it's my first time.
Yeah. Welcome.
It hurt more than I
It's
thought
not a
it
fun.
would, low key.
It's not a fun club. It's not.
I didn't expect it. I thought I'd be able to laugh it off a little more, but like it actually kind of stung a little bit because it
The
really was
first
like
time.
it's
The
a
first
character
time, yeah.
assassination. It's like, ooh, I thought I was dope, and I'm really not. It's like I wasn't even gonna bring it up honestly, but then we got into the whole toxic thing, and I started feeling it. And I was like,
It's part
yeah.
of it. I mean, it's part of it. It can be depending on. I mean, if you just started talking to somebody and the conversation just dies, whatever. I don't think that's ghosting. It's more of just like, well, I got ghosted by somebody I was in love with, and that one, because the first time it hurt. There's been a couple other times where it hurt, but it's more so just not knowing why, like what I did. Partially because I hate making mistakes, and so it was like, if it's something I did, can you at least tell me so I can, if it's something I need to address, I can address it. If it's something I did that hurt your feelings or whatever, and you tell me, then it's like, oh shit, like I didn't realize this made you feel that way, so let me work on that so I don't do it to somebody in the future. Instead, it's just like, just poof. If you
I need a
just
commercial.
fucking poof.
A commercial. I'm about to go off on somebody. I'm sorry. I'm just getting irritated. Like just hearing it. I'm over here getting mad, bro.
Okay. You want to
You
stop
can
right
finish
here?
your statement. No, finish your statement.
I was gonna say, because if you just disappear out of nowhere, it feels like. Because a couple times, it's very vividly, I can think of 2 times that come to mind of just being completely blindsided by it, where it was like somebody I really, really liked in one case and somebody I was in love with in another case, and they just ghost. I don't mean like a day. I mean, one blocked me on everything and my number. No idea what happened. We went on a date. We kissed. It was like, I thought it was fine. Walked her to her car. She kissed me, actually. It wasn't like I got aggressive and kissed her. She kissed me. And then I walked her to her car and she was like, let me know when you get home. Got home.
I'm gonna stop you real quick. I'm gonna stop you real
Yeah.
quick. These be the ones too that be on social media, be all over TikTok, bragging about it to their homegirls. That's what
Maybe,
kills
I
me.
don't know.
You know what
I
I
don't
mean? Like
know.
that's the part that
Yeah.
kills me. Like some people
Yeah.
actually brag about doing this, and it's like, yo, that is one of the most toxic /
Yeah.
hurtful things, because it's like, wow, like it was just that easy for you just to, you know what I mean, cut all ties.
That's what I mean. Very vividly. It was that we went on. This was like our third date. She kissed me, walked her to her car, we hugged her. She kissed me again. She went home. Was like, text me when you get home. Cool. Because I had a longer drive. Text her when I got home. We like text throughout the night. Like kept talking. And then the next day, I tried to hit her up. Nothing. I think I tried to text her and I thought my phone was tripping, so I called her and it was like straight to voicemail. I was like, oh, all right. And then she had like blocked me on all social media. And I was like, what the fuck happened? Like, did I,
Oh, about
what the fuck happened?
I'm channeling Angry John, bro.
I know I didn't say anything that hurt her feelings because I'm very mindful of that. I knew her pretty well. It's just like I was blown away by it, and to me, something like that just shows a lack of respect for somebody, and I think that's what hurts the most. Well, yeah, that specifically, but that doesn't hurt me. Somebody being immature doesn't hurt me. The fact that when you think somebody respects you, especially as a person or a potential partner, and then you find out that they don't respect you in the slightest, that shit fucking hurt. That's the only times ghosting hurt me. The regular ones, like on apps or like we went on a date.
Apps, it doesn't count.
No, that's not really it. Or like we went on one date and then even if I was feeling it and wanted to go out again and they didn't respond about going out again, it's like, all right, cool, whatever. But I'm talking about months of going out with somebody and then just fucking.
I didn't get that far.
Then fucking Casper. Then just fucking that fucking Jeff just. That shit is just spam and then gone, but I didn't know. Where it's like I like asking a question and then just nothing for weeks.
That's what happened to me.
Like,
That's why he looked at me when he said that. Y'all peeped it, right? He keeps doing this. He keeps doing this. He keeps
that
doing
didn't happen
this,
to
right?
you. That didn't fucking happen to you. That was me. That happened to me.
What, the question?
Yes.
The question happened to me too. I asked the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for weeks. For fucking weeks. This was somebody
weeks.
I dated for 4 months. And then fucking for weeks.
4 months?
6 weeks. 6 weeks. Nothing. Not a fucking nothing.
Okay, that didn't happen to me. That did not happen.
And then
to
it
me.
was like
I didn't get that far.
I thought she respected me. I thought she cared about me, but clearly she doesn't.
Maybe it's a blessing it happened this early then, because that's crazy.
Oh, it is an absolute blessing. They tell me that.
That's crazy.
Tell me that now. Yeah, I believe you. Tell that dude that it happened to right when it happened.
No. I'm talking about for me, like for me, for it to happen within a few days, like because that would take me out. What you're talking about right now would actually take me out. I don't know if I'd survive that.
Yeah. I don't wish that on nobody, dog.
And on that note, guys, we're headed to commercial.
You know what's underrated? Being someone's peace. When you're able to provide them with that space and comfort to be themselves, their truest self, it can really go a long way. Just make sure you're doing it for the right reason. Not because there's some sort of obligation or because you're people pleasing or not even because you want anything in return. It should be completely unconditional. Trust me, they'll be grateful to have you in their life. Oh, and if you're one of those people that enjoys being toxic and takes pride in it, whether it's pushing someone's buttons for your own amusement or using guilt or some other means to try to manipulate them into getting your own way, stop doing that shit. Grow the up. Seriously. And now, back to your show. Welcome back to On the House. It's your boy Julian here. We were talking about toxic relationships. We had to take a break, take a breather, because there were some raw emotions coming up, specifically on that end. I know.
I got heated.
I know. I was saying some things about my experiences that triggered some recent experiences for you. So I feel that
I wasn't going to bring it up. I wasn't even going to bring it up.
I know. They were just so similar that it was just similar situations. My fault. It's my bad. Because I know how that feels to just, it don't go away. It don't go away that quickly. It really doesn't. It probably never will. It'll just hurt
fresh.
less. It'll
It's
just,
fresh.
it's
It's an open wound.
that wound is still bleeding for sure. Yeah. But we going to put some alcohol in that motherfucker, some peroxide. We going to Band-Aid it up, that liquid glue, whatever shit. We going to do that. We going to get you the right Band-Aids, not the white ones. We going to get you the dark skin Band-Aids.
This is why he's not allowed to bring us back in. But anyway, I'm taking it back. I'm in a better mood now. I got over it. It happens.
Good.
Kumbaya during commercial.
You didn't get over it. You just
I
took
didn't
a
get
breather.
over it. I took a breather. Kumbaya.
Yeah.
Let's keep on moving.
Finish that little tiny bottle and let's keep it moving.
I had 2 little tiny bottles, thank you very much. So it equals probably half a full bottle.
Ooh, yeah, that's feeling wavy over there. These lines probably look straight on this bottle, huh?
I mean, I thought you were holding the zebra. I was like, why he bring the zebra on the set, bro? What's wrong with him? So anyway.
So do you want to keep going with toxic, or you want to move?
I think we can move into peace because
okay.
I think that we talked a lot about being toxic, but I think that we need to also move in and explain why it's great to be someone's peace.
Yes. I think we should move past toxic too.
Yeah, because it brought in some raw emotions, some things that
I know.
You're okay with now, but I'm still like, cool. But anyway, I feel like this is the stage I'm moving into, and I feel like I'm not gonna enter a relationship again until I find that the person is my peace. If that makes sense. And what does it mean to be someone's peace? There's a lot of things in that statement there, but it's a safe haven, a place to go when the world is looking down, but you need a place to be up, and that is where your role can be. When all is against the odds and it looks like all hope is gone, you can walk to that one place, that one person, and say, this is what's going on, and they just make it all better. And a lot of times it's without even doing a thing. I don't know how I'm describing something I've never really had. But
Fuck. I wasn't expecting that. You were doing so well explaining this shit. I get you're explaining what you want. You're explaining what would be valuable and meaningful to you. Now, coming from my perspective, I've always been that. I've always been the place. Now, for specific people, I've always been a place of peace. There was, even when I was toxic in my relationships, I was still peace for, let's say, I'll use my sister, for example, my little sister. We were always close. Just growing up, we were, whether it was playing with stuffed animals or Barbies or whatever the fuck, we would make up voices for them and all that. We got close as, she got older. I went to a local college. She went away to college. So we drifted apart naturally. And the nature of our family was, like extended family, was just like, what are you doing with your life? Are you in college? What are you getting your degree in? And what are you going to do with that degree? And this and that and that and this. So that's what she would experience at any family gatherings. And so when we got to hang out, I'm not going to ask her about school because I know she's been grilled 6 ways till Sunday, to be Southern for a second. And I know that's what she's gone through. It's just this, she's already dealing with the stress of school and how difficult that is. And then the stress of family and the burden they're putting on her to finish and do all of that. So when we hang out, I'm not even going to ask about school. If she wants to talk about it, she'll talk about it. But what I'm going to do is just be a distraction in this moment. And we're going to play video games. We're going to watch some stupid shit on TV. We're going to laugh. We're going to have a good time. We're going to eat some terrible food because it's amazing. And that's just what I got accustomed to, is being in that space. So when I integrated that into friendships or relationships, I realized how valuable it was. I didn't know that it's something that a lot of people need. To me, it was just, actually, honestly, it started out because I didn't know how to make conversation, if that makes sense. One-on-one conversations used to scare the fuck out of me. Just because it was like, I don't know what to say or do in this moment. There's no manual. I don't know. And I don't want to say anything wrong. So I'm just going to be here, and I'm going to be this, safe space for them. And it worked to a certain extent until it was like, I was building relationships and friendships without substance. See segment 1. So it wasn't until I realized that and addressed it and combined that with, being inquisitive and actually talking and getting to know somebody and actually building upon that. Then it was, okay, I can be someone's peace because I'm comfortable enough to ask, like, how are you doing? Do you want to talk? And then if they do, unload that stress or whatever they're going through, it's also knowing, hey, you don't have to fucking solve every problem. You don't have to put on problem solver hat and put on your cape and be like, I'll fix everything. Sometimes there's nothing to be fucking fixed. Sometimes people just need to talk. Sometimes saying things out loud is more than enough. And so it's just knowing that sometimes it's not saying a fucking word and just being there and just allowing them to say something without a fear of you judging them, one, and without feeling like you're going to try to fix it, because some things can't be fixed and sometimes they don't want you to fix it. Sometimes they have it handled. Yeah, sometimes they have it handled. It's just I need to get all this shit off my chest and then I'm good. But I just need to say this, and this is the only place I feel like I can.
I think you can ask. I think you can ask the question though.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can say like, hey, do you want advice right now, or would you rather just vent? And I think that is a great question to ask. It shows emotional intelligence. It shows awareness. It shows care. It is like, wow, he's not going to just offer me unsolicited advice. That's why I ran to John, because he don't just offer me unsolicited advice. If I don't say, John, what do I do? John just laughs at me. For real. If I don't say, John, what do I do here? This dude just laughs at me.
If you just go in, the only reason I laugh is because 99% of the situations you've gone through, I have been through. So that's the only reason I'll laugh, is because I was like, this shit is exactly what I went through. And I'll tell you that. I'm like, yo, I'm only laughing because this exact situation happened to me. And that's what I'll leave it at, unless you're like, yo, like, what the fuck do I do? See, then I'll say something. But otherwise, it's like, what? Yeah.
I was gonna say the rapport is what allows that humor, though, because we built the rapport,
Yeah, and I know me laughing isn't a trigger for you to be like, what the fuck you laughing at?
Yeah.
Because if that was the case, I'm not gonna laugh. But it's because you typically, and I've only laughed when you laugh when you're telling it, because there's been other times where you've said some shit and you didn't laugh at all, and I'm not fucking laughing.
No, we've had some real moments where I was not laughing.
There was no laughter.
One specific where I was
That's
not
exactly
laughing.
the one I'm thinking of, and I didn't laugh.
I was not laughing.
And I didn't laugh at all. I read the room. It was like, this is different. I can hear the way he's talking. I can hear the words he's using. This is a different situation. There was no laughter. Most of the time when you're telling something, even in some fucked up ones, you'll still laugh, just because I know we're kind of the same way where we laugh through a lot of shit.
Yeah, laugh through pain. Oof.
Yeah. So that goes back to being somebody's peace. It's just, you can ask. That's a great point. It's like, hey, do you want some advice in this moment, or do you just want to be here? Do you just want me to be here? I'll shut the fuck up and just let you go. That's totally fine. It's whatever you need in this moment, I will do. It's, if you have somebody willing to be that for you, it is so underrated and so fucking rare.
I'm taking applications. I am. I am. I don't have a notebook, but I'm taking applications.
Reach on the house at Gmail.
I'm taking
I'll read
applications,
them.
honestly.
Reach on the house.
I would love to react to
HOWSC
them. Please
at
send in
Gmail.
applications. I
I'll
think that'd be
read them.
hilarious.
I'll screen them because he's not getting. You got to go through me to get to this motherfucker. Because I will read through the bullshit. I'll read through the bullshit because I see it. I fucking see it. You can't fool me. I done seen most of it. I'm not gonna say I've seen it all because there's a lot, but I done seen most of it, and I am in a healthy relationship. So I will screen it. I'm gonna say it so many times.
I'm telling you right now, though, he's gonna screen it. He's gonna screen it and pick the most messed up ones for me to react to on the podcast. I'm telling you right now. That is so. Like, feel free to be as messed up as possible because he's gonna screen it and make me react to it.
He saw right through me.
I already know.
I would leave the best for last, but I'm gonna put some fucked up ones in there because I mean.
So submit your applications. reachonthehouse@gmail.com if you'd like to be my piece. It just sounds crazy saying it out loud.
If you need somebody to be your
Anyway.
piece, I can be peace on a friend level because, like I said, taken.
I could be peace on any level. Oh my god, I gotta go.
I can be peace on any level.
What just happened?
Get this man some Chardonnay. He getting loose over there. Oh
I
shit,
don't
that's
know.
comedy.
I don't know. I don't even know how I got here. I don't know how I got here. Anyway, back to being someone's piece.
Oh man.
I wrote some notes. And
Okay.
I feel like when you're each other's piece, you have a happier relationship.
Of course. Yeah.
And it takes more work, but in the end, it is definitely worth it.
It takes more work and it takes a lot of patience. And it's like self-checking your ego, being self-aware, being aware of someone else's emotions and keeping track of it all. It can be exhausting, and it's definitely not easy, but it is such a healthier relationship to have because it's so much more open and honest communication that goes along with that. Because it's you checking in on them. It's them checking in on you. And it's having a level of comfort where the person that needs the peace can just say like, hey, can we just hang out? Like, I really just need to fucking vent, or I really just need to chill. Can we just sit here in this moment and not say a fucking word to each other? And being okay with that it can be difficult for some people, but I mean, some of the best.
I need to be. You messed up my joke. I had a funny joke. You screwed it
Say
up.
the
God
joke.
dang it.
Say the joke. You raised your hand. That's the shit that got me.
I'd like to be Little Spoon sometimes.
That's not right. I didn't know where you were going with that. That shit's comedy. Oh,
Anyway.
man. All right, so we're taking applications for being his piece. He's
This is
already
only
going to be
'cause I
your
got
piece. We're not
ghosted.
worried. We're not worried about that. He'll be your piece. That's not.
This is
that's
all
not the
happening 'cause
question.
I got
We need
ghosted. I'm
somebody
just
to be
letting you know.
his piece. Shut the fuck up. I'm doing this for you. We need somebody to be his piece. And somebody to be the big spoon for him every now and then. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Every now and then, you know, you
We
got
like to be held to. We like to be held to. One of the best things that my girlfriend has done for me. That's so wild to say that. That's so wild to fucking say out loud still, because less than a year ago, I was like, I'm never dating again. I got off the apps. It's like, I'm done with this shit. I'm not dating no more. And I happened to go out and fucking run into the best woman in the fucking world. Whatever. Anyway. But one of the best things she did for me was I was having a rough time. I thought I had two potential jobs, and I got to the final step on both. I thought I was going to have a choice on which one I was going to get. Back to back, they called me on the phone to tell me I didn't get it. Not an email, which is what I was expecting. I was like, if it's a phone call, I'm getting it. If it's an email, I'm not getting it. Called me. One, hey, I wanted to call you because we really loved you, really like you, but we have an internal person that applied, and we're more likely we're more inclined to hire from within.
You better not have gave them the power.
Fuck,
You
didn't
better
you
not
call
give them
me?
the satisfaction. You better not.
It
Going
was
back
just
to
like-
episode one. Going back to episode one. You better not. You better not.
It
You
was,
better not.
it was for me. It was just like, damn. Like I was really looking forward to it, but I understand, and it's a good sign that you hire from within. Cool. The other place called me, not even 5 minutes after. Same exact thing. We love you. I had somebody from there email me like, if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. We just had an internal person apply. There's nothing that. I was like, you love me, but not enough to give me a fucking job. What the fuck?
You didn't give them the satisfaction though, right?
No,
You didn't give them the power.
no. I didn't.
Let's go, John.
I'll tell you what. After the phone call I did, I broke the fuck down.
Let's go, John. Yeah, that's what we do, bro. We wait till after.
what
We
we
wait till they
do.
walk away. We wait till they walk away, bro.
I was a wreck. I lost it. I was crying. I was just like, I called her and I just told her like, I didn't get either one. Like I'm just fucking lost right now. She dropped everything and just came over and just fucking held me and just had the TV on. She didn't say nothing. She just, not like little spoon shit. I laid in her lap and she just like held me. And it was just, she was being my peace in that moment. And it was just like, fuck, dude. Like, so it was just like, fuck, she dropped everything to do that. And she couldn't stay that long. She's busy. Totally fine. But that was enough. That was enough.
Can I bring something up?
Let me
go
finish.
ahead. Yeah, finish. My bad.
It's not that much longer. That's the only thing.
No, you're good. My
It's-
bad.
and then, she grabbed me by my face and looked me in the eyes and like, we're going to be okay.
Oh, I forgot about that part. How did I forget that part?
It's like, we're going to
my
be
bad.
okay. We're going to be okay.
I
And it
almost
was
forgot
just
the
like-
best part.
And it was just like, fuck, dude. Like, and I believed it because she felt it was so sincere on her part and she seemed so confident in it. And I have such faith in her that it was like, she's right. She's right. We'll be okay. And then the next day is when that one place called me back and we're like, we found it. We really liked you. We want to get you in here. And that's where I am now. So like, but like that moment to me is always going to stand out because she was like, I don't have that much time, but I can just do this. And it was like,
That
cool.
we're gonna be okay almost broke me.
It fucking broke me. It broke
Almost
the
broke
fuck
me.
out of me, dog.
It broke the
me.
listeners too. They're over there crying right now.
It's just like, oh God, I love this woman. Oh man, but that's why, like you were saying, when it's reciprocated, when you're just somebody else's piece, it can be exhausting because you don't have that same outlet. And so it goes back to what we said in the segment one. I won't address it again, but it just that one-sided level can just be so unfulfilling. And so when it goes both ways, and it's like, okay, I've done that for her, but when she did that for me, it was just like, oh, now it's just, it's undescribable, dude. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
He's so enamored. I love it. Let's go.
I really am.
I just want to dive back into toxic real quick for 2 seconds. It's going to
Okay,
move into
all right.
peace, but we're going to step back for a sec. It is not okay. This is not an excuse. It is not an excuse to say my parents' relationship was toxic, so I'm going to be toxic. That is no excuse for having a toxic
no.
relationship.
No.
Listen, you are your own person. It is your life. You can break
Yes.
the generational curse of toxic relationships. And guess what? This is why I got into this. My dad wasn't around growing up. I want to set a new example for my son. And I want to set great examples for my son. And I want to make sure that whatever relationship I end up in, it's one of the most healthiest relationships I've ever seen, especially I've ever seen, because I wasn't around many growing up. But I wanted to be one of the best I've ever seen. I wanted to be the best he's ever seen. Why?
Yeah.
Because I'll break generational curses. And that's real. That is so real to me. That is one of the most important things to me is staying healthy for him. You know, like no matter what, stop it. You're going to get me emotional about this. No matter what I do, I cannot have something unhealthy invisible to him that is unhealthy. I have to set it. I have to lead by example. And I want any parents out there, if you're a single parent, if you're looking to date right now, I want you to keep that in mind. You are the example for your kids. You are the one who can show them what it's supposed to look like. And that is where I am right now. I want to show him what it's supposed to look like.
Man,
You're speechless. Does that mean commercial? You're speechless.
No. I'm gonna say this, and then we can go to commercial. You are such a great example for him, and to not have anything to pull from to do that as a father. I mean, your mom obviously did both. She was both roles, so you're pulling a lot from what you learned from her. But to just have that presence of mind and like, I don't have anything to pull from as far as a father, and to want so strongly to not repeat that is fucking commendable, dude, because it's not like you're just present. Because if you were just present, I wouldn't say that. You are so involved in every aspect of everything he does that says something. That says a lot.
Dude, man. I gotta
says
be.
a lot.
Gotta be. That's my dude, man.
So
that's my guy.
We're making people cry today, dog.
I know, we're getting emotional, man. Hold on, because that's my guy. I freaking love him. I gotta go. I gotta go. I don't post about him. Listen, I'm gonna say this. Parents, we gotta go here. I don't post about him. I don't talk about him much. I leave that part of my life separate. That is a different part of my life. I mean, I posted tonight, but like, I really try to like, I try to be a present parent and not an online parent. And that is really important to me, like just being present for my kid. We hope you're enjoying this awesome conversation. And if you too want to join in, make sure you email us at reachonthehouse@gmail.com. You could send us dating profiles, awkward dating situations, and just funny stories you want to see us react to. We can't wait to read your emails. Now back to the show.
All right, welcome back. It's the final segment. We were talking a lot about toxic. We were talking about being somebody's peace. But we don't want to forget in all this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to get this man to Bosley so we can get the hairline surgery. So please subscribe as much as you can. We're trying to get the views up, trying to get the subscribers up. We want to get that replaced. Whatever they do, take the hair follicles off his ass and put it on his head. Whatever the fuck they do. We're trying to get that from my man. So let's help the homie out. Don't let me bring us back from break, man. You know I'm stupid.
This is called being toxic. This is an example. These are actionable examples right here. We're showing you what it looks like. So basically, like, if you see your homies bald, let them be bald. Nah, but for real, the video. I would love to go get this surgery, bro. For real.
Bosley.
It worked wonders on Tory Lanez, bro. I'm just saying it did. It did. It didn't work for LeBron, but it worked for Tory Lanez.
LeBron, I feel like he just don't care.
I feel like the same. You ever see KD? I feel like KD don't care either.
He didn't care when his hair wasn't thinning out.
He went on the court with naps. He was
don't
just
own
chilling.
a brush. That man don't own a brush or a comb.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm glad I'm not the only one who noticed that. Okay.
He don't give a fuck.
I hope we don't get I hope this podcast doesn't get too blown up, because they'll be watching this and be like, who's this guy think he is?
Hey, no disrespect.
Tory will end up back in jail for shooting me in the foot because I talked about his hairline working out. I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry. Look, he's dying. I didn't listen. All right. This took a whole turn.
Bring us back from break.
It took a whole turn. I'm just saying. It's a thing that happened, okay? You know, it's a thing that happened.
It is. I'll make fun of LeBron because LeBron ain't gonna see the shit. And if he does, he has a sense of humor.
Tory Lanez ain't
You know
gonna
what
see
I'm
it either.
saying?
Bro's in jail. What you mean? All right, I'm sorry.
Got a little loose again. I don't know. We all over the place in this one. Man's is getting out of line. First, it was bringing up old feelings, well, recent feelings, and then it was, I'm pointing the finger. And then man's is calling out people by name. We're not going to go there again.
Sorry, Tori. Love you, bro. I love your music. We need a Alone at Prom, too. You know, I'm just saying. The deluxe was fire, though.
Fuck, dude. Fuck. Oh, man. So we're going to wrap it up here very quickly before we get in any more trouble. Just talking about how we always do. Something actionable, something lasting, something maybe, hopefully, possibly you can listen to and take advice on and carry with you, or something that you disagree with that you can give us a different perspective on. We're open to either.
Agreed.
So for me, just, I don't know. It's difficult to be somebody's piece because it's a thankless thing typically. That's the mindset you have to go in with it, at least. There's people that will appreciate it, and they'll let you know that they do. But even if they don't, you have to be willing to do it. So it's getting out of your own ego and out of your own way. And I'll let you talk now.
I'm about to say, I want to contest you on that, though. It's a thankless thing,
ahead.
but the relief on that person's face is your thank you. The feeling that you see that they get when they lay on your lap, when they're down from their situation.
Oh,
you know, the feeling when you grab their face and say, "We're gonna be okay."
Why you gonna bring that shit up, man? Don't fucking go there again. Don't stop trying to break me on this podcast.
That feeling is your win. That's your W right there. And you have to be okay with knowing it might not be words. It might be the expression on their face. Their actions towards you afterwards that shows you that they really appreciate it. Anyway, keep going. I just wanted to say that.
No. To piggyback on that, one of the things that my girlfriend does, I have a girlfriend, if y'all didn't know.
No, we had no idea. Sorry, we didn't know. We had no idea.
This is just the most proud I've ever been, just because this is the best, healthiest relationship I've ever had.
Freaking love it.
So I am a proud motherfucker. I told her, I was like, you're cool with this, because I'm going to say it on the podcast, and I'm going to tell everybody I know. I was like, I might introduce myself as like, hey, I'm John. I have a girlfriend, and she's amazing. Like, I told her, so she's fully aware.
Oh my
but
God.
one of the things she does, and I didn't understand it, to go back to what you're saying about there being signs that you may not know. Whenever I would see her, I would give her a big hug, and then like, just hold her for a minute, and then she would just go like dead weight. And I thought she was being silly and like, which she kind of is, but it's still just like, I can relax around you. And like, I can just be myself. I can just relax and just like, I can breathe and just.
So next episode, we're doing How Do You Know You Found the One? And John will be talking the whole time, and I'll just kind of be sitting here asking questions for you guys on behalf of you. So make sure you send them in to askonthehouse@gmail.com, because I'm going to sit here and I'm going to probe this man for how do you know you found the one? Because I'm curious, and, because it sounds kind of like he found the one here. I don't know.
I mean, I'm just saying, I will shout it from the rooftops. I will buy a fucking megaphone. I don't even got a Twitter or X. I will start an account and just tweet every day about how I love this woman. I don't give a fuck. I'll tell whoever wants to listen.
X got that might be a good idea. Sorry, go ahead.
Fucking producer hat back on. Let's go.
just trying to get you a bag, bro. My bad.
I appreciate that. But so like you're saying, just to piggyback on that, like sometimes, it's not always thankless. And so the actions or the words people say that appreciate it, it means a lot. You just can't go in with that mentality, because then you're not their piece. You're going in with this mentality of like, I'm doing this for you. Now, what are you going to do for me? And And so it's like it's having nice gestures, it's doing things just for the sake of doing them, just because you care about this person that much, or you just genuinely enjoy doing it, and without wanting anything in return. And I don't mean like not wanting anything in return for now, or not even just not want anything return, like, I don't know, at some point you want, even if you want that feeling reciprocated, you can't go in with that mentality. I mean, you can, but that's not why you should do it, because then it's not genuine. And then you're not their piece. You're just, you're just hoping that you're doing something for them, hoping they do it for you too. And that's not it. You got to communicate. If you want that, just say, hey, can you do this for me too? I fucking need it. And if they can't, then maybe that's not somebody you should be associated with, or maybe that's not their role in your life, and that's okay. But either way, you found out. So it's not easy. It requires a lot of patience. Fortunately, I was born with ridiculous amounts of patience.
He
so
sure was, because
you've seen a lot of situations I should have probably not, I should have been out on, but I just have so much patience that, so I don't know how it's like to not have it. So I don't know what kind of.
I'll explain.
Okay, go ahead. I don't know what kind of uphill battle that is to contend with.
You have to, on the patient side, you have to kind of heal yourself and be like, no, it's okay. Because, like, let me tell you something. A lot of times, so I'm an overthinker. Overthinking with impatience is a bad combo. It is such a bad combo. Let me tell you something. I will sit there and I will overthink. I will send a message. If you don't reply in 5 minutes, I'm like, dang, was that bad? Did I say something wrong there? Was I offensive? My
I've
bad.
seen this. He's not lying.
I'm not, right? Like, I care way too much. Like, so, like, I care too much. No, but for real, like, I'm an overthinker, bro. Like, I worry about, like, how I'm coming across. Even on this podcast, I'll be editing. I'll be like, John, I don't like how I sound there, bro. How do I sound? It's just, it's that idea of, it's an anxiousness created by your impatience where it's like, I need to correct this right away. I need to fix this right away. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. Because at the end of the day, who cares what people think of you? The person that's for you will love you regardless. They will love you for who you are. And you need to stop trying to cater to, I'm talking to myself, I'm not talking to you guys. You need to stop catering to these other people to try to make them like you. Instead, you need to love yourself first and then allow other people to love you for who you are based upon that. And once you get there, it will be impossible for people to ghost you and hurt you from that. It'll be impossible for toxic relationships to walk in your life because you have a standard. I already love myself this much. You can't, if you're down here, you're nowhere near where I am. You got to come up here if you want to try to meet me where I'm at.
Yep. Man's is going right now. First of all, I know you wasn't talking to me because I found somebody that loves me for me. In case you didn't know. But yeah, no, you brought up a good point.
I hate you.
I'm sorry.
On the impatient side, though, hearing this dude come out here and say he got a girlfriend a million times, it don't help. No, I'm just kidding. I'm happy for bro, for real, man. Like, he deserves it. Bro's been out here, as you guys have heard through the stories of this episode, bro's been in the trenches.
Fuck.
He's been out here for a while, and he's had a lot of patience where I haven't had. I'm going to tell you right now, after I got ghosted, I'm going to relax when I say this. After I got ghosted, right, I thought about deleting every single app I was on. And y'all heard in the last episode, go back and check it out. I was on every single one of them. I thought about deleting all of them things in that moment. That is called impatience.
Yeah.
Go check out our dating app episode. But John here says you got to weed through a lot of mess to get to your one. And that takes patience. And on the impatient side, I don't have that. So maybe I shouldn't be on there. And maybe you shouldn't either. Maybe you should go out and try to create this spectacular, peaceful relationship with someone you vibe with in person.
Yeah.
It could be. Every path is different for every person. So, and that's the other
It
thing.
is.
Just because my boy's in a relationship, a healthy relationship, the way he found it isn't going to be the way I find it. And the same thing with you and your friends. The way they find their relationships isn't going to be how you find yours. And that's okay. You got to be okay with that. You got to know, like, hey, I'm not going to find, my friend at Chuck E. Cheese or my partner at Chuck E. Cheese. I'm not going to find my partner at, the gym. It's okay with that. Like that is completely fine. You just have to stay open and know, like, my healthy relationship is coming. I don't have to settle for this toxic one. Whew.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you good. You good. To clarify, I didn't find my person at either of those spots.
I would hope you're fine with Chuck E. Cheese. You don't have a kid. I was saying it because I have a kid.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck? Let me just clarify that he's not referencing me in any of that. But yeah, to have just having patience and knowing that, like he said, if you love yourself and you are happy on your own, then you won't deal with the toxic shit because you're better off. You're better off alone because you've been there. Not gonna hold you. I ain't got shit else to add.
Oh,
We
me
can roll
neither.
the music and roll out this motherfucker. So, because I'm about to say some more reckless shit otherwise. That's not the
To
fade
the
out.
moon for John's
Let's go.
relationship. That's where they're headed.
Baby, if you watching this, I love you.
You better stop. You better knock that off right now. You better knock that off. We're not doing that here. Oh, we're not doing that here. Nope.
I knew you have a problem with
And
that.
that's the episode.